Hello and welcome to my signature assignment documentary. Today I will be presenting the South American origins of mescaline. In the first stage, one might experience nausea, vomiting, dizziness, drowsiness, and even sweats. The third wave details that San Pedro usually produces visual effects including whirlpools of colored light, flashes in the peripheral vision, kaleidoscope patterns, and white, ghost-like outlines around people. Out-of-body experiences are also common, as is synesthesia. Mild depersonalization and distortions of spatial awareness. At the same time, ordinary things around you can appear more interesting, beautiful, and amazingly mystical, qualities that define the mescaline experience. This experience may have been what got the ancient cultures interested in this hallucinogen upon first encounter. Taking a close look at the ways in which ancient South American and Mexican cultures first began using mescaline and for what purposes will help enrich our understanding of this mind-altering substance. Lophophora williamsi, or peyote, has historic origins in ancient Mexican cultures, such as the indigenous Huichol and Aztec. Otherwise known as Mexica, the Aztecs were some of the earliest pioneers in the realms of tripping on the mezcal buttons. Their intent with this drug was to expand their spirituality through the performance of rituals and ceremonies. The National Cactus and Succulent Journal published an article stating that by exploiting hallucinogenic plants as psychedelic vehicles of divinity in their religious and healing ceremonies, the ancient tribes of Mexico believed they could transcend from the natural world to the world of the supernatural. The Huichol tribe is one of very few that endured persecution from Christian colonizers for consumption of peyote. Their beliefs surrounding the cactus are intertwined with religion. This mescaline cactus has been used as a shamanistic tool for transcendence since there were humans and cacti coexisting. From the very start of civilization in the West indigenous cultures, mescaline has been a source of spiritual adornment and inspiration to the peoples using it. Archaeological evidence suggests that the peyote cactus has been around for at least 10,000 years. Fossils of the plant have been found in regions known to be inhabited by humans at the same time, and these fossils have been carbon dated back to approximately 8,500 BC. One recent group of archaeologists and ethnobotanists found some fossilized peyote cactus in a cave near the Rio Grande in Texas, and carbon dated the fossil back to approximately 3,700 BC. The probability of finding the peyote cactus as a fossilized dried specimen shows how prevalent this drug was during the ancient times of the Aztecs and indigenous Mexicans. This cactus, as well as the San Pedro, impacted ancient life in the South American region so much so that many artifacts of both San Pedro and peyote were found in paintings and especially sculptures and pottery. The frequency of appearances of San Pedro and ancient Peruvian artifacts suggests that mescaline could have had a variety of purposes in ritual context. Discovery of human remains in Peru shows that mescaline may have been a means to guide individuals into the afterlife. LiveScience.com says that a child's preserved head was one of 22 human remains associated with the ancient Nazca society examined in a new study. All of these individuals lived during the pre-Hispanic era and were buried near the southern coast of Peru. Toxicological examinations revealed that many of the deceased had consumed some type of psychoactive or stimulant plant prior to their deaths. The San Pedro cactus has other mind-altering chemicals accompanying mescaline. Onhalonidine, for one, has somewhat sedative effects. This may have been why the ancients used mescaline in the sense mentioned. Art in ancient South America was very symbolic, which is why we can see healers depicted on vases, often seen with animals that symbolize the role of the shaman. Sculptures and ceramic vessels depict stands of San Pedro with a spotted feline, usually identified as a jaguar, such as the featured vase made by the Moche of ancient Peru, as well as vessels with spouts, possibly indicating their use in ritual settings to pour and serve the mescaline brew. I included information on mescaline-producing cactus use in Mexico and Peru. However, it was an inspiration to the ancients of Ecuador, the Andean region, and most likely other areas where either peyote or San Pedro grew naturally. Mescaline is a unique psychedelic, considering how ancient the ceremonies are involving it. The psychological healing brought on by recurrent use of mescaline could have enabled for increased creativity. It may have also aided in the uprising of early civilization, due to the disruption of thought patterns, enhancing humans' ability to solve problems. The experience of oneness and connectedness after a mescaline trip alone is enough to promote the overall healing of a civilization. Thank you so much for listening. This was a short documentary on the South American origins of mescaline.